Thank you. Don't take a picture of me. Let's go take the picture now. Let's go take the picture. Yeah. All right. It took this. It took the picture. All right. All right. November. We're just waiting on this to show up over there. That's kind of what I'm doing. It's probably on Facebook. Oh, that's what happened. Stupid internet cut off and cut back on. So it's on Facebook, ain't it? Yeah, so we're testing right now, good people. I got my man Juan West here. We're testing. See that one? See that? All right, so we're going to go into commercial, and I'm just giving him a brief demonstration. So we'll be right back. We're going to have a quick conversation. We'll be right back. Promo is key, so this is what we do here at Grind City TV Live. Let's go.
Grind City TV. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. 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 Watch live or video on demand. Submit your video or your TV show. Be a part of our network. Join. Stay up to date. Members promo for free. Download for free on Google Play. Watch Grind City TV. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. Download the app. Come on, y'all. Grind City TV, the app. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. Available for free on Google Play. Grind City TV. Download the app. Grind City TV.
So, you just go ahead and make sure you got some audio popping here. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Yo, what up? Name's Juan West, a.k.a. Coach Juan, a.k.a. Mr. Fatherhood, a.k.a. I Get It Done. You already know what it is. Representing Pittsburgh, PA. The whole East Side, the whole Pittsburgh. Representing all the kids, People's Champ. Y'all know what it is.
All right, make sure your mic's on, though. You used to
on?
be a rapper. Turn it off. Push it up. Push it. Make sure it's on. Is it on? Hey, it is. Say yourself. Say so.
On?
Say so.
Yo.
Yo.
Is it the mask?
It's not the best. All right, so I can hear you. Y'all know who it is. This is not your average CEO, KB. I'm down here with Mr. West. We're doing a quick test and tutorial, just kind of giving him an idea of how Grind City Studios work and our live stream department. But we were talking just briefly a little bit about young people and the murder rate that's kind of out of control here. Not just in Pittsburgh, but just it seems to be out of control in the world right now. So if you want to kind of go ahead and speak on that, bruh, the floor is yours. Go.
Yeah, the murder rate is crazy. The reasons behind these deaths, the reasons behind the things that's happening in our communities, are reasonless. A lot of the reasons are meaningless. They have no real true root and truth or whatever. And because a lot of our youth don't have control over themselves, control over their emotions. A lot of guys act out, a lot of girls act out. As we talked earlier about the demonstration, who's demonstrating these behaviors in front of these kids? Because it's truth that, whatever you demonstrate in front of your child, the child is literally going to demonstrate back, whether right now or in the future. So, we really went ahead and killings. I lost at least 4 kids that I coached this year alone. That's not even on top of all the other kids from all the other years. So it's a critical. It's like a pandemic in the black neighborhood, and we have to have that conversation. We can't keep skipping over it because if Black Lives Matter, this has to matter.
You know, bro. And everyone gets upset with buttons when I say that. We're talking about lives mattering here. We can't keep saying that we care about our lives and we're the ones that have a high destruction rate for our own lives. Everyone kind of gets upset when we talk about the cops killing our young people. We're protesting about that, but we're not protesting about our young people killing our young people. Our fathers killing our fathers. Our babies are growing up without fathers. And it is because we don't have it. We're emotional beings, first of all. We're emotional. And we need to fess up to that. We walk around like we're these tough people. Excuse me. And we're really these emotional beings. And we have to be careful when living in this European society because they don't operate the way we do, right? They are kind of emotionalists. We have to be very careful because we start playing his game and we forget that we're connected to the earth. We forget that we're connected to each other. We forget our souls work differently. And we start playing the money game. We start playing the material game. And when we start playing the material money game, you lose the connection to the ground, to the earth, right? That we're raising generations to think that you're only successful if you have this type of money or if you have this vehicle or if you're not successful at being a good human being or a good mother or a good father because you decided to say, you know what, we might struggle, but we got everything we need plus some stuff, so we're wealthy in this way because we're healthy.
That's about changing perspective and how you look at the struggle. And what you just did was you looked at the negative part, but then you got up and then you moved on the other side of the room and then you looked at it from a different aspect where now you could say, okay, I could see some positivity here. I could see a light at the end of the tunnel here. And that's what we need to do just as parents, as individuals, even in our own stuff. It's like, man, I'm in my own jam, but how do I get up and look at this from a different angle, which allows it to be a positive thing, which allows me to learn. And even when I'm coaching, one of my things is like we don't never lose. If you learn a lesson from a loss, then you still winning, right? But if you learn nothing from losing, then that's when you really take that.
That's really when you're a loser,
right?
You know what I mean? And
it's that mindset.
It is a mindset. It is a mindset. I totally agree with you. We're down here brainstorming at Grind City. If you're on Facebook, this is definitely an impromptu live. Brother and I were meeting, and he's like, "Well, how does this all work?" Buttons. I'm like, "I'll show you. I can show you." I don't have a problem showing you. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes you just got to have the conversation. And we do have to remember going into this new year, you can't go into something new with the same mindset, right? And the same attitude. It is a mindset. Just because the year number changed doesn't mean you did, right? So we have to learn how to set some goals personally and then as a people, in my opinion, right? There's been so many things that has held us back because we're petty-minded, right? And we have to be mindful of that. And we also have to be mindful that when somebody is willing to grow and elevate and they want to take you with them, you have to be willing to say, you know what? I see the good and bad in you. I'm gonna put the bad over there and I'm gonna focus on what's good about you. Because that's what I would like to do. That's my goal is that, all right, we may not agree on everything. Who does? But the things that we do agree on are so powerful that we can change so much from what we do agree on. It doesn't matter what we don't agree on. It just absolutely doesn't matter. What do you think it will take for us to try to gain that mindset and get our young people to think on a higher level?
I just believe that again, it just goes back to who's going to be the demonstrators of what we're talking about here. Just like a kid learns anything, he looks up and sees dad doing it. He looks up, sees mom doing it. So my thing is, who's going to be the mother and father of that movement? Who's going to be the ones that are going to go out there and demonstrate this thing, and demonstrate unity, demonstrate love, demonstrate these things, so the kids know, like, man, this is what it is. This is about living. Like, my challenge to the youth is challenge yourself to live as long as possible. Right? I was seven when I was young. I didn't think I was gonna live past 17. None of my homies, a bunch of them, we all thought that. So
That right there, that right there,
that mindset.
that is such a profound statement, and it's so hurtful that our babies get to 30 and don't know what to do because they didn't think they would get to 30. I'm 30 now and I'm lost because I lived so reckless thinking I wasn't going to make it past 21 that here I am and now I'm a full grown man or woman, because this is not just a male thing. My sisters are out of control right now. Do your dance, but I am so sick of going down my little Instagram timeline and seeing butt shaking just
Everywhere.
everywhere all the time, just butt shaking. It's a competition on whose butt shake the better of the butt shake of.
Right. So let me ask: is
Shoot,
the goal family anymore? Is the goal?
I,
What's the goal?
I don't know, bruh. Brother, I don't know. I don't know what their goals are.
Right.
What I can do is set my goals, right? I can set my goals, and uh, I'm not anyone's leader, right? I just walk my path.
But the standard shifted. Like, when did the standard shift?
When we allowed it and when we accepted it. When we accepted, uh, when we accepted, batteries dead. When we accepted the fact, don't worry, I'm gonna switch you over. When we accepted that it was all right to see our daughters twerk, we accepted that. We had competitions for that. We made extra music for that. We did that. We did that. We did that. I mean, I'm keeping it 100,000. We did that. So
How was it so easy to just get everybody on board? Like, hey, let's just.
because the individual is brilliant, but the group are idiots. The individually, if we sat here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, everybody be like, down with the twerk, down with the twerk. But you get all these moms together and somebody light up an L and the music come on, everybody twerking. Your mama, your grandmama, we can try it. It's just fun. It's just fun. We have redefined what fun is. Fun is not going to the drive-in anymore. Fun is not playing Sorry or Monopoly anymore. It's twerking as a family. As a family, bro. As a family.
Working as a family. We don't pray no more. We just send out twerk challenges. But we got to do better. Like a lot of the things that's happening to us, there's a lot of outside influence, but we're just too intelligent to keep allowing certain things to penetrate the family. Right? You got this internet that's invisible, is the invisible enemy in your house, because your kids could be behind the closed door. And your kid could be sitting right next to you doing something reckless and you wouldn't even know. And the internet allows this
Facade.
world. Yeah, it's the illusion.
The illusion. Like, you're allowed to be fake on the internet.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that I know for sure has grown is the fake love, the fake likes, the hearts. in the 100s.
And you know what else, Twan? I call you Twan still.
And Tawan, shout out to Tawan, my son.
Twan, it don't even make no sense. I call you Daddy you and all that good stuff. That's all that good
I
stuff.
like it. That's my guy.
The harsh reality is, we gravitate towards negativity. And I say this, I could break it down so simple, bruh. If I put something positive on Facebook, when I was going through, I was going through a little switch, right? Because I had began receiving so much. I don't like the word hate, but opposition is the word. To what I was attempting to do, that I started to absorb that energy. And I became this evil person that it wasn't me. And I'm like, why? No one likes Buzz. I'm a love being. And so when I'm putting out this, y'all don't support, I'm getting 1 million likes from people that don't support.
Right.
So when I started saying, you know what, let me go on back to my original self here. You're either going to love it or you're not going to love it. Now I'm getting likes for my positiveness because I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now. You're finally catching on. But when I first said, this is who I am, and y'all need to recognize this glow, this beautifulness of this person that's shining and smiling. 1 like, 2 like. But when I went off, oh man, I totally agree. Then why aren't you supporting? I'm talking about you.
They want to see the ratchet.
They love the ratchet. Why do you think that is?
I just think it's partly that programming, which is TV programming, music programming. It's the influence. Like what you spend your most of your time doing is going to be the thing that most influences you. So if you're, and I'll just use these shows as examples because when they first came out, like, I already know where you going, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I already know where you going, bro. Go ahead. Five shows, your Flavor Flav shows, like all them shows, all the reality shows. They call it reality, but that's not real. That's not real.
And you got ridiculed if you didn't watch that stuff. I ain't watch Favorite Love. Oh, you just hating. Yeah. Am I?
Right.
Oh, I'm hating.
Like, we find different ways to undercut and to make it seem like you're hating, but it's just like, I don't feel that. That's not me. That's not my path, and it's okay. And so in our community, it's been made that you got to be like one way. Like,
yeah.
I've never seen so many gangbang Crips and all that stuff in my life, and I grew up when that whole stuff started. So, and like, I know the real dude. So I've never seen so many people expect us to just be like one way. It's okay if you're not an athlete. It's okay if you're just a good person. It's okay if you just like to go to school and you want to work and you want to do this, that, and the third, and you got plans for your life. That's fine. Everybody's not a gangster. Everybody's not a drug dealer. Every hustler doesn't hustle illegal stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so we have to be okay with the myriad of people that our community produces, man, because we produce some great people. But the great people can't sit back and downplay their greatness. My greatness,
that's the other thing.
My greatness doesn't make you less great.
Oh my goodness, I totally agree with it, brother. It's
just like, that's the nature of hate. And if I see you doing your Grind City TV thing, and I know you, and I know what you got going on, I still don't promote you.
And I'm just gonna look right past you. You're not doing nothing.
Because me promoting you isn't gonna.
It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna. And you know what? Shameless plug. It is love. Shameless plug though, but that's what the network's all about. Shameless plug. Grind City TV Network. We're up to 15, 16 producers on our network now, and 2 of them are from three are from Pittsburgh. You will be the 4th when you get on, and everyone else is from all over the country, and they get it. This is about moving as a unit. Everybody is not going to be able to be a part of this because they don't think as a unit. It's me first, and then you. And it's like, well, if we all are saying the same thing, more people are screaming, more people, but it's power in numbers. Come on, y'all. So you're absolutely right. And that's why we're losing, because the numbers that are willing to promote ratchetness are extreme compared to the numbers who are willing to just say, you know what, this is not right.
And let me hop back on the ratchetness piece, because I just really feel like, you know, my dad was about 60 something, 65 when he passed. And so my mom, she's about 50 something, maybe even 60. And she look young. She look like she's 30. Shout out to my mom.
Right, shout out to Mom Dukes.
But what I'm saying is, I'm 39, right? And so my generation, this is our kids out here.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So trust and believe, I know what our generation was doing. And I also know that a lot of parents are co-signing friendships instead of parental lanes. Like, you can't blur the lines, because at some point when a kid gets older,
you know,
you're going to lose the kid.
you're going to, you know, it is really weird. And the reason why that is because, you know, my son is exactly 19 years younger than me, 18 years younger than me.
So he saw you when you was.
And fortunately for both of us, when I got pregnant, I said, this is changing me. I need to change. So whatever I thought that I was going to do, I couldn't do, because I had this body building in me, and whatever he was going to be was because of me, right? So I had to figure out me very quickly while I'm figuring out him. But what's occurring is, becoming parents aren't changing people. They're not changing. When you have a child, you are supposed to change. And if you don't know what you're supposed to change into, ask for some damn help, because it's supposed to change you. You're not supposed to stay the same person as you were before you had a child. You can't. You can't still be the one in the bar. You can't still be the one doing ratchet. You can't, because somebody else is looking at you for direction. So I think what has occurred is we've had at least 2 generations of non-changing parents. They don't change till they're 50 or 60, 45, 50. And by that time, their child is 30.
Already setting his ways.
And they're setting their ways. And they don't care if you change or not. Mm-hmm. They don't care.
And see, I'm saying the first 5 years.
Oh, that's crucial.
If you screw that up.
By seven, the child knows what they're going to be, good or bad. Everything else after that is guidance.
You gotta see it. There's certain things you'll see in a child, especially when they're that young, especially if they've been under you, that they'll demonstrate in front of you. And then they'll demonstrate other things that you do that you've never seen.
Oh, wow, they're watching us. Shout out to people watching. This is impromptu.
Yo.
Shout out to everybody who we on here just having a conversation. Happy New Year's to good people. We made it. We here, and since we are here and we made it, guess what? We get to change some stuff. We get to have an impact, right? So we didn't even know people were going to be watching. We're just having a conversation, and I'm showing a brother a couple of things of how we do down here. But we definitely appreciate you guys watching and share. But if you got any comment, they said they can't hear you, so you got to speak up. Let me go over here and turn your mic up a little bit.
Oh, they can't hear me?
Because you all smooth with it. You all Isaac Hayes on the mic. Isaac Hayes on them. I mean, just it. Say something.
Yo.
Say it.
We still here.
We still there. Say it.
Still here. We still here.
Check.
Y'all hear me? Mic check.
They saying she said she can't hear us.
She said she can't hear me still.
I mean, I see the monitor moving when you talk, so coming through. Say something again.
Yo, y'all can't hear me out there?
Can y'all hear him? He said talking to the mic, man.
That's what they said?
Yeah. She said she can hear you now.
Y'all lucky my phone is dead.
You be giving it back to him. No, but yeah, bro. This is definitely a dope conversation. And for y'all who don't know, the title of this is not exactly what's going on here. This is supposed to be a test, a really quick test, really quick test. But this young man right here is going to be doing a TV show. Some of it's going to be here, and some of it's going to be in other locations, and it's going to be called Fatherhood. He had a magazine, Fatherhood magazine, and he just wants to expand on that. So if you want to give him a little bit about fatherhood, the topics and things that you'll be discussing on your TV show, and somewhere around the time frame when you like to drop it, so we can get people interested in it, go ahead, let them know.
Bet. So the show's called We Talking Fatherhood, and basically it's a platform for fathers to have real life discussions, to talk about different things that occur throughout, the fatherhood walk. Not only that, we're here to impart wisdom and understanding from father to father. Our goal is to educate each other. Now, as a father, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn from you if you're willing to teach. And this is the platform, and this is the way I believe that this is one of the ways that I believe that we can get our voices heard, and not just heard to the community, but to each other. Like our fathers, we gotta start talking to each other. That's the one of the many things mothers have over us, is that they communicate. They get in the groups, they talk, they do this, that, and the third, and we have to take that same page from the book and really sit down and start chopping it up with each other, because there's a lot of lessons and a lot of things that I could tell fathers that are younger than me, right? Like, you got to use me as a cheat code. We got to use each other as cheat codes, but we can't cheat each other by not telling each other the right stuff. And so I just really believe this show will open up some eyes. We're going to be doing some on-location stuff. We're going to be hitting a few barbershops. We may hit a few athletic fields. There's a bunch of different community centers and different organizations that we're going to come and connect with. So if you're looking to come on the show and you got something that you can offer to our men and our young men, and also I do want to say something about our young fathers, because this is critical for you guys. Again, the cheat code pieces for y'all. You feel me? So if when I was 19, if I had somebody that was 39 who put it down like I put it down, and navigated through and created certain things to make sure their children had opportunities in the future, then that's who I'm looking at. That's who I'm going to go find. And so we're finding you. And if you hear my voice and you want to be a part of what we're doing, I'm looking to talk to some young fathers. I'm looking to talk to, some guys who haven't been the best fathers, who want to change. And this isn't about bashing. This isn't about anything like that. We're celebrating fatherhood. We're celebrating our seat. We're celebrating the position that we're in, because it's definitely a gift. And if you use it the right way, it'll save your life. And it'll give you more purpose than you ever could dream of. Again, I was 17. I didn't think I was going to live past. And so the fact that I'm here talking about this, is a blessing. So looking forward to it. I appreciate Buttons for the platform.
You're a blessing.
Heavy.
You're a blessing.
Heavy grinding. So, yeah, man, fatherhood. We here. We got a voice. So all my fathers who proud to be fathers too, we need to hear from you, because we got to make this look good.
Yeah, and you know what, the other thing, bro, we need to talk to the fathers who are afraid. I think one of the issues in our community is that we do not speak on our feelings of fear when it comes to raising our children, right? There are two things that I think that our communities need to get better at speaking on. One is mental health, and the other one is fear. We don't speak well on our fear. of when we don't know what we're doing, because we are so poised to think that we know everything, right? And we don't. It's all right to ask for help. It's all right to say I don't know. It's all right to say how do I, what should I, how can I? And I think that your TV show is going to be such a great asset to y'all know, but I'm over here working cameras and setting stuff up for the brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it a little crispy for you, bro. I want the little crispy for you. Crispy. You know what I'm saying? So, Michelle, he on the TV right now, too.
Quality.
So, quality over quantity, baby. Quality over quantity. But could you elaborate on when you first became a father, and how was that experience for you? Was it scary? Like, did you know? Like, tell us a little bit about your fatherhood experience.
So, my fatherhood experience was a little different. I grew up with my dad in the house for the most part, and so at this particular junction, I had moved out of my dad's house and moved back to my mom, and we'll talk about the dynamics of living with mom, living with dad, having, because those are critical dynamics, and there's things that happen in both situations that lead to future things, but we'll talk about that. Those are some of the dope things that we're going to talk about. But at this point, it was getting too strict at my dad's house. And
those rules kicked in.
I'm only saying strict because I'm more mature. I could kind of verbalize it now. Yeah. But when I was 15, 16, it was just like he was just getting on my nerves. So that's what
basically.
Like I couldn't do nothing. I can't breathe. I can't move. And that's what it felt like, right? And, my dad was an evangelist, so he was real strict. So it was a different time. The generations were changing, So, when you got older parents, sometimes the restrictions ain't the best, right?
True.
And so we clashed. So ended up getting my girlfriend pregnant when we were graduating, actually. I almost made it out of high school without the kid, but it turned out to be
without the kid
blessing that I needed because
slide over here with you.
Yeah, yep.
Here we go.
Because actually, I was doing music. We was doing.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was running around.
He was a rapper.
I never said a rapper. Artist.
He was an artist.
We created.
Yeah, right.
You feel me?
Right.
And so when she told me she was pregnant, we were at graduation. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Happy graduation.
Happy graduation, Dad.
Graduated to real life. So
quick.
I had to, just like you, I had to look at myself and say, man, when am I going to offer this kid? I got to change because everything that I was doing was taking me away from me wanting to be there because I wanted to be there, right? And so the things that I was currently doing had me to the point where I was like, if I keep doing this, it's either I'm going to be dead or in jail. And so I ended up in jail. And it turned out to be a blessing because at the end of it, I was able to see my son born. It slowed me down.
Yeah.
When God sits you down, he sits you down.
You know what? That is another topic that we need to speak on. It seems, and I just spoke to a wonderful young man. Shout out to Mr. Mark. 39 years he did in prison. 39 years. And when I spoke to this man, his mind is so enlightened on so many things. It's amazing. I can't wait to interview him. But I talked to him about jail seeming to be a rite of passage for our young people, especially our young men. We don't have any traditional rituals, right, as a community to say you're a man now. A woman has this one thing that she kind of thinks that's it, which is not. But what is it for the man? What is the passage?
Well, you would think it's going to jail and coming home because what happens is you go to jail and you get out and they throw you a party. Right?
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, it just...
You know what he told me? He said, the things that occur to you in prison, he went to prison, he said, the reason why it's celebrated is because you survived that shit. He said the fact that you survived it is the celebration. He said it's not the glorified going in, it's the fact that you made it out.
But who's saying that though? Who's actually putting that celebration in context? Because that's how it gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
Like with everything.
Yeah.
Like from afar, it just looks like you're celebrating
going to jail.
And then to a younger person, if you ask the kids what they think, that's what they think
cool
too. They think like, man,
wow,
it's cool he's out, and now we're celebrating that he got out of jail. But that's not really the celebration. The celebration is the survival. The celebration is how you came through this thing.
You made it.
Got your
you still got some of your scruples.
Right. And so,
how did you survive that? How did you survive jail?
Well, fortunately, I was young, big, you feel me? And it really wasn't. So when I got locked up, I was fortunate because I had some gun charges, and the guys were older. They were like adults. They were 18, 19, and I was 17. And so I was always the youngest guy in my clique, which meant that I was around older people all the time. So I just knew how to move, just more mature.
Yeah.
So when that piece caught up to me, this was like really literally the only time I was happy to be young.
Wow.
Because now I wasn't going to the big jail.
Yeah.
They had, and I had a nice lawyer, and he made sure that they knew, like, this big boy, he ain't what you think.
Yeah, he ain't a grown man yet. Like, keep him in a little jail.
And so, you know, I ended up doing some boot camp, doing some halfway house, and it literally turned out to enlighten me, because that's what happens when you get sat down. You don't have all the distractions. You don't have everybody coming over, knocking on your window. Hey, you coming out, hitting your phone.
There's no peer pressure,
when it's
sort of.
You, it's like, what you gonna do? You know, and it forces you to man up.
Well, you know, these are the type of things that we will be discussing. Well, not me. You won't see me. You won't see my shiny head. Won't see me. You will see him and his guests. But this is what we'll be talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is what the conversations are going to be had. The conversations are going to be had. We're going to be producing some of the shows here at Grind City. But it's we talking fatherhood, and that's what he's going to be talking about. And trust me, it's going to spark something where we're talking motherhood, because we got to do it right. So this is going to be an ongoing thing. It's going to be a series type thing. It's not going to be just one and done type thing. This is going to be something that we continue on having. Y'all know me. Y'all know, if you know me, you know Buttons like series. I like things to continue and go forward, right? So for this beginning of 2021, we came in impromptu. You know, studio ain't all set up. It ain't fancy. Sometimes you just got to do it the way it needs to be done. The conversation we were having were dope. And there was nothing wrong with live streaming it. We see you guys watching. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Sorry, Sister Manley. You was the last person I interviewed, so that was the title that was on there. Well, I took it off. This is really a test, though, but it was a great conversation. Trustfully, you guys will tune in to watch We Talking Fatherhood when we bring it out, a couple weeks or so?
Yeah, we'll say end of the month.
Yeah. Mid-February, we'll have it out. It's going to be dope. And it's going to be about us. We have to get back to television about us. That's what Grind City TV Network is all about. We have a lot of television about us. Sometimes it's entertainment. Sometimes it's edutainment. So we have to continue to teach each other. We have to continue to have tough conversations with great dialogue, and not just debate, but dialogue. We don't have to always argue. We don't have to always agree, but we don't always have to disagree either. So this has been Grind City TV Live. Impromptu. Tell everybody if they want to reach you or be on your show. Tell them how they can get in contact with you.
Y'all can get at me, Juan West on Facebook, Juan West on IG, Juan West on Google. Just Juan West, man. You feel me? We talking fatherhood. If you want to get down, if you want to contribute to the conversation, that's how you get me. Juan West 412 at Gmail. Y'all know what it is. Thank you, Buttons.
network. Join. Stay up to date. Members promo for free. Download for free on Google Play. Watch Grind City TV. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. 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 Available for free on Google Play. Grind City TV.